In our science, we're working on ecosystems and biomes, and then we're going to Catalina in May.
Oh yes, tell us about Catalina. What is it you guys do for a Catalina trip?
Well, we go to Catalina, we learn, it's a marine biology type camp that we go to, and they learn about, there's hands-on activities.
Is it overnight?
It's overnight, it's for 3 days. It's Wednesday, and this year it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3-day trip. They go snorkeling, and they teach them all about the snorkeling gear, the wetsuits, and they, prior to getting in the water, they're taught all about the ocean ecology. So they learn about what they're going to be seeing. They have touch tanks where they actually get to see the animals up close that they're going to actually be seeing in the ocean environment. This last year that we went, they actually had some of the I don't remember the name of the shark, but some of the non-threatening sharks, and the kids were actually swimming in the ocean with these sharks, and it was amazing. I mean, the children bonded as a class and as a group. They got over their fear of the ocean. Many of them were terrified of going into the ocean. So not only was it academic, but it was also social, and they got to develop as individuals, overcoming a lot of their fears.
Outstanding. So you can see there's an element of challenge here where kids are called upon to do physical and academic things in one. As being a marine biologist, is most of the marine biologists, I've actually had several friends that grew up to be marine biologists. Very physical job, because they're out there in the ocean, they're having to swim and don scuba gear, etc.
And they had a rock climbing wall, and one of our students was absolutely not going to do that. And the instructor told him, just put on the harness. And he got on the wall and he would not get off. It was dark. It was dark, and they were, okay, Brandon, you have to come down now. But I got it. And so he overcame one of his biggest fears, which was his fear of heights. And he overcame. It was amazing to watch. It was amazing.
Mrs. Hazard, we were talking a little bit earlier about. What was the subject we were talking about? We'll edit this part out.
The writing, reading?
No. When we were talking before we started, we were talking about the kids, and I got it. Okay. So, Ms. Hazard, tell us about how children are treated if they're having difficulties. Is there resources that are beyond the classroom? What's it like?
Absolutely. I make it a point to help the students to the best of my ability in the classroom. I'm also here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and many of the kids use that hour time before school to come in and get some extra help. We're adding integers and subtracting integers now. Many of them don't understand that, so they're coming in 7:15, 7:30 and getting the extra help that they need so they're ready for the lesson. If it's something that goes above and beyond what I can actually do in the classroom, then we have resource people at our school that will actually pull the children out and work with them one-on-one on a specific skill.
Yeah, you were telling me there was one little girl in particular that was having some difficulties, and then what happened was Mrs. Van Asten and some of the other teachers actually took time of their own to spend with her, because they have certain expertise with children that have learning difficulties.
Absolutely. Ms. Van Asten is an educator herself, and so although the owner of the school, if she feels the need and there's a need that needs to be met, she'll pull the children out and tutor them on her own. And it's a fabulous resource. Every single teacher on this campus, every single employee on this campus is willing to step up to the plate to help children when there needs to be help. That's why this school is beautiful. I mean, we work together and we help no matter what. I mean, we just do. We help each other out. If there's a need that needs to be met, then we're there and we take care of it.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I'm not alone in my classroom. I mean, I have resources at this school that are amazing. It's not just me and my students. It's the whole. It's the whole school. It's the whole picture, right?
Outstanding. Are there any other aspects? Talk a little bit about math in 6th grade. Excuse me. You were in 5th grade last year.
Right. Math is challenging. The curriculum that we have this year is challenging, and it challenges their minds. It stretches them, but you know, they're getting it. It's just really hard. We spend about an hour a day at least on math, sometimes more than that, depending on what the particular concept is. But it's
and what type of concepts do you teach in 6th grade?
Well, right now we're working on adding and subtracting integers, multiplying integers, dividing integers, and the concept of subtracting a negative number from a positive number and a negative from a negative, and when you're subtracting a negative, you actually add the opposite. It's
Right.
Conceptually, it's confusing. It is. It's really confusing for them, but they're getting it. And again, that's another one of the subjects where some of them actually do come in and try to get the extra help. But they're getting it, definitely.
Outstanding. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, just to reiterate, big picture. I'm not only a teacher here, but I'm a parent of a student here, and I'm incredibly grateful for the education that my daughter is getting. I think it's amazing, again, that the resources are pulled from all over, and I know my daughter's not going to fall between the cracks. I know she's safe. I know that she's well taken care of. I know that she has a little family here at Carden, separate from the family that we have at home. And I think it's an amazing school, and I would highly recommend this school. Not only because I work here, but because I just love the whole philosophy of the school. I've worked in public schools. I've worked in public schools for 10 years. And this, compared to a public school, is it's just an incredibly different experience.
No comparison in terms
There
of
really
quality.
isn't a comparison. I mean, as far as the way I'm treated as a teacher and the way we treat our children is incredibly different. You can't fall through the cracks here. We don't allow it.
Very good.